Here I have the S Tom Penny 2 Pro model that S Footwear came out with sometime shortly before the holiday last year. It's a reissue of obviously his second Pro model shoe that came out sometime in 2004. So the whole point, or the whole design of this shoe, was when Don Brown from S and Soltech asked Tom Penny what he wanted for a second Pro model shoe, and in Tom Penny fashion, he mailed Don a hiking boot that he was wearing and skating through the winters of the UK. Probably a Timberland. There's pictures out there of Tom skating in Timberland boots and mini ramps and stuff like that. It's absolutely insane. So it's the same box as you would get with the Penny XL RS shoe. It's a slide out drawer style. You still have the same word markings that are on the inside of the box here. You get the same tissue paper branded for S and Tom. And that's what the shoe looks like. Somewhat of a mid-top, very high ankle area there, boot-like silhouette. It still has the same tongue as the XL does, very thick, puffy, comfortable. They incorporated some pull loops right there, heel pull loops, and like a heel support cup. This actually feels really nice to walk in. The same pop shove it silhouette that's used in the insole and debossed on the top of the inside of the box there. This one's the reissue is actually built on the XL sole, and I'm not mad at it. I don't know if there's anybody really out there who hates that. That's not like true original. It makes sense though. I'll put pictures up of the differences between this shoe and the other shoe and this the original. It's close. I mean, it has more of like a thin zigzag pattern. It has S branded across here. It still does the same exact thing and has the same kind of fit. This shoe does run a little bit larger for me. With the XL OG, I do skate a 9. I don't know if the OG XL runs small, but when I put my feet into these, it did feel like there's a little bit more room, and you could tell in the toe box it's a lot longer, comes down to a little bit more of a point, whereas like the XL OG and even the original Penny 2 had like a more blunted, rounded off, shorter toe box. So you have that. I do believe that there was a little bit there was branding, like instead of on the tongue there where it says Tom Penny, I think it was a TP that ran across there. But the likeliness between the original and this reissue, it's really not enough for even like the most hardcore skate shoe enthusiasts to get mad at. If anything, it's nitpicking. You do get a really beefy double stitched toe panel here, a triple stitched toe panel here. It does layer up. It layers up for sure. I mean, I feel like these shoes would last you, even with a ton of skating and just working on a ton of flip tricks, these shoes would last you at least 2 months of consecutive hard skating. I hope that they do come out with the Penny 1. I know that you can't put that shoe on the Excel sole because of the way the toe and the heel tapered down to just pretty much this like flat part of the sole here. You'd have to cut away this. It's a whole different sole mold that you would have to get back from your archives if you didn't have to make a completely brand new one. And those things do tend to run expensive. I've heard that they're like $10,000 a piece, which is why you would see certain reissued shoes, especially like the ones that S is doing, to not have the original sole. Like when the Excel Arto remix comes out sometime this year or next year, it's built on the Excel sole. It doesn't have the air bubble. It's this sole piece. And it might get some people irritated. I understand why they would do it. It's a lot of money to put into that stuff. You're already getting the Krieger and the Muska almost identically reissued to the down to the original. But that's getting off topic. Yeah, I mean, this is a shoe that you can wear anywhere, really. I mean, it's great to just walk around in. These look good to skate in. These feel good to skate in. Personally, I went a half size down on the tan ones that I got. Those are an 8.5. I feel like skating these 9s, there's just a little bit too much room at the toe to where it would become a little bit more like awkward to feel on your board. These are definitely something, if you're not going to collect, you could at least, try to skate one pair. You can go to the S Footwear website and find them. Very similar to the XL OG when you wear them. So that's what it looks like looking down on it. Sideways profile. The sole. Double stitched area all the way around. Then you have your ollie area. Then you have your toe cap. There's a lot to it. It's a sturdy shoe. And that's the review.